Let's take a look at Genesis chapter 8, verse 2. This is a story about Noah and the flood. We know Noah had to build an ark. It rained for 40 days. And so his family in this particular chapter is about to come off the boat because the flood waters is about to stop. And in this 8th chapter of Genesis, verse 2, I had the opportunity to teach Sunday school. And this verse it was like blaring at me. It just registered, and I want to share it with those who are tithers and then those who may not be tithers. This is not about you being one or not. I just want to hopefully share with you, and you can see this revelation that God shared with me. So in chapter 8, verse 2 of Genesis, it says, "The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained." And I'm reading from the King James Version. And so when I saw the windows of heaven were stopped, and then I thought about the amount of rain that has come out of heaven and also up from the ground in this particular verse. But the amount of rain that came down when you study this passage or this story of Noah, it was, from what I've researched, the flood heights of the water was 25 feet above the highest mountain. So that's a lot of water. And I looked at this verse, and when I was teaching the Sunday school lesson, it came to me and it said, the windows of heaven were stopped. And I thought, my God in heaven. Now, if you take that windows and tie it to the windows in Malachi 3:10, when he said, I will open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. And it flooded me. And I don't know, maybe you all can't see it, or hopefully you can. But the power, the magnitude of when the windows of heaven are shut and when the windows of heaven are opened. Because the magnitude of it. And you think about tithing. And in Malachi 3:10, it says, I will open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive it. And then you look at the magnitude of the flood. And how I can't get out of my head. It's just like, oh my God. So I'm grateful that I am a tither, because when God shut the windows of heaven, the rain ceased. It stopped. And when I think about flood waters 25 feet above the highest mountain, and then I connect that with Malachi 3:10, and I'm a tither. And so I was talking to a good friend of mine. We were talking about tithing. And again, not to say who's a tither, who's not a tither, when you get the revelation of tithing. So when he opens the windows of heaven and a blessing comes out of it, and then he continues on in that same passage of scripture of Malachi 3:10, I think it's 11 and 12 if you read it all. And he says, and I will rebuke the devourer for your sake, and I will not allow the fruit of your ground to be destroyed. And so in speaking to my friend, I can't take credit for this either. My friend said, tithing is the best life insurance policy that one can have, because it's not just the blessings, but it's protection. Rebuke the devourer. And then not allowing the fruit of your ground. When we talk about ground in the Bible, we talk about the heart. Not allowing the fruit that comes out of it, the fruit of the Spirit, right, to be destroyed in you. It's the best. When you sign up with the covenant agreement of tithes, it's the best full, what they call it, whole life insurance policy that you can have. It's a blessing on top of blessing on top of blessing. And what I love about it is the whole man, not just the spiritual man, but the carnal one as well. So I just pray you got something out of it. I wanted to share it. Like I said, I was teaching Sunday school, and when I saw windows and how he shut them up in Genesis chapter 8, verse 2, and then Malachi 3:10 came to me, and how when he prop them open, you don't have room enough to receive them. My God in heaven, you all have a blessed day. I pray that you would share this and that it helps someone to understand why we who do tithe, why we do our faith. This is what I want to close with. According to your faith, be it unto you. Have a blessed day.